In today's Your Healthy Family, as we head into the weekend, it's a perfect time to talk about the sleep health of your teenager. Is there anything adults dread more when it comes to travel than the brutalities of jet lag?
We all know when we get on a jet and fly from San Francisco to New York or from New York to Europe that you travel so many time zones, it takes several days for your body to adjust to that.
Dr. Rick Mohan, a pediatric sleep medicine doctor with Children's Hospital Colorado, says that's exactly what a typical teenager goes through every week during the school year.
Their teenager may go to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, but on the weekends they're up to 12, 1 or 2 o'clock, and then they sleep in the next day, which is a Saturday or a Sunday, to 11 or 12 o'clock. We call that in sleep medicine social jet lag. It's like going across 2 or 3 different time zones. And so their body has to constantly readjust to the shifts that they are creating in themselves of going to sleep at a later hour and getting up at a later hour and then trying to reverse that on those school days. It's a real problem.
All of the known usual suspects play a role, including their teenage body's natural sleep tendencies and too much screen time and blue light in their bedroom at bedtime.
Teenagers are already at a disadvantage because we talk about circadian rhythms, the timing of when we want to go to sleep. And teenagers tend to have a circadian rhythm that wants to let them be sleepy at a later hour, but you check in on them at 10 o'clock when they're supposed to be in bed. They may have out their electronics, or their phones, and they're texting people or they're talking to people on the phone, and they have trouble getting to sleep at night, and they wonder why they are not able to get to sleep at night. A lot of that has to do with the light stimulation. The light coming out of the electronic device. It's the blue light part of wavelength of that light that suppresses melatonin, which is what our brain makes to help us go to sleep. It's like a double whammy. It keeps them even more awake and harder to go to sleep. And then unfortunately, if they don't go to sleep until 11, 12, 1 o'clock, if they have to get up and go to school, get ready for school and go to school at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, then they really got a decreased amount of total sleep time at night.
It's like a triple whammy.
There's a triple whammy. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Then here's a quadruple whammy, I guess, is they go to school, they feel sleepy. Some of them even actually take naps. They'll take a nap at school sometimes. They'll lay their head down when somebody's not watching, take a nap, or they'll go home in the afternoon and they'll take a nap. If they take these little naps, then it suppresses their desire to want to go to sleep in the evening, and it makes it even harder to go to sleep and they stay up even later. So it just perpetuates itself.
As impossible as the solution to this social jet lag problem sounds, it really boils down to a basic couple of things, says Dr. Mohan.
You got to get the electronics away from them. You need to have them go to a nice, comfortable environment to go to sleep, and then try to get up at the same time every day.
So how do you get your teen to understand that not sleeping in till noon on the weekends is important?
In sleep medicine and in medicine in general, we have really understood that getting buy-in from patients is sometimes difficult. So we do motivational interviewing, where we talk with the patient specifically, what are your barriers to going to bed at night? What are your barriers to getting up in the morning? And how can we accomplish what we need to accomplish, get you a good night of sleep, so that you feel comfortable in the daytime, your concentration is good because you got a good night of sleep. You can think about learning and interacting with all your friends at school if you get a good night of sleep. General teenagers maybe only get 6 or 7 hours of sleep a night, and you need 8 hours of sleep at night. And you're in the sleep doctor seeing me because you're tired and fatigued and sleepy in the daytime. How can we help you get that 7 or 8 hours of sleep so that you can really be functional in the daytime? And we have those sort of conversations with the kids. They start to understand it. They really like the understanding of they don't like it, but they understand it, that the screen light suppresses their ability to go to sleep because it suppresses the melatonin. And a lot of times they already heard the word melatonin, frankly, because mom and dad may have gone to the nutrition place and bought over-the-counter melatonin and have already been started the kid on melatonin to try to help induce a little bit of sleep at nighttime. And so they already know those terms. Sometimes it takes a visit or two in order to get the full buy-in. And so I'm really a big proponent of follow-up on these kids. You can't teach everything in one visit necessarily.
If you're a healthy family, I'm Ira Cronin. For more health stories, head anytime to yourhealthyfamily.com.